There are actually different kinds according to what's it called, Google and all the other sorts. There are pair groups, mentor mentee relationships. There are one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
mentor, and then there are virtual mentor mentee relationships. So you have to choose which one works for you, because people are different. People are, different
Diverse.
people, and diverse likes and dislikes. So you have to actually choose what works for you. If it's a one-on, we need a one-on-one mentor, somebody you can have that space or accessibility to walk into his or her office and say, oh sir, oh ma, this is this. If you're not this people type, and phone call or virtual conversations work for you, fine. And if you feel also comfortable being mentored in a group, you know your pair and all of that, fine. So you have to choose what works for you, and this is what I think.
All right. Don't forget, we're still talking about mentorship, apprenticeship, and systems of learning. If you have any questions or contributions, feel free to call 090 922 or 091 226 77989. Or better still, send a WhatsApp message to the number 0806 999 We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take your calls and messages. Welcome back to the Whispers Empowered Show on Boss Radio 98.9 FM or Were. Don't forget, we're still looking at mentorship, apprenticeship, and systems of learning. Quickly, I'd like Ozichukwu to tell us more about these systems of learning. Are there some systems of learning? If there are, please do well to enlighten us, Ozichukwu.
Okay, so I actually don't think there are any set down systems of learning like documented anywhere or anything. I just feel like it's a personal thing to, if you care about your students that much, find out what works for them. But I say systems of learning, I mean what works for your student, what works for whoever it is you're actually teaching. Your apprentice, your mentee, same thing. Do you understand? So, like I can talk about the apprentice method is a system of learning that works for people. The learning through play, system of learning that works for people. When I say through play, I don't mean like overplay, like where you
Mm.
teach people things through songs, through dance. When I talk to our students in the school clubs, I don't just talk to them verbatim. Students have a very very short attention span. So
Sure.
when they get bored, you lose their attention. You have to keep them engaged. Even adults too. You have to keep them engaged. You have to keep them entertained. So we teach them through dance. We teach them through songs. We teach them through claps. We teach them through anything that we know will stay with them, and they don't forget it. So there's the learning through play. There's an apprentice method. There are people who learn online, like she said. There are people who find it okay to just go online and browse out and get degrees, and they are cool with their life. They are okay with themselves. Do you understand? There are people
Mm.
that's a system of learning that works for people. There are people who learn with their peers. There are people who don't want the teacher to look down on them and go. Do you understand? They feel that they find that presence very, very intimidating. That's the word. And they feel like, okay, you're my peers. Do you understand this? Can we talk about it? And they find a solution to this. Some people learn better through that. So that's what I mean by systems of education, systems of learning. Find what works for you. That's basically, there are a lot of them. People learn through various ways. People learn through watching people. Watch people make mistakes, and there's this saying they say experience is the best teacher.
Mm.
I don't agree. If I watch you make a mistake, I'm not going to want to experience it for you to
True.
teach me. Do you understand? Some people
You
learn
learn
through
from
that.
other people's
Yes, learn from other
experiences.
people's experiences. The system of learning. If I see someone go through doing something I'm doing, and you do something that doesn't work for you, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find something else, something another way to work something that brings me better results. So there are various systems of learning that works for you. Find what works for you and move with it.
Right, Dorothy, can you tell us the different types of mentorship? You mentioned some earlier on. Do you mind mentioning others and then giving us a deep explanation about the difference and what they entail?
Okay, different types of mentorship. Like I said, virtual mentorship. Now you can be a mentee to someone, but you may not necessarily see that person. But you people have steady communication online, through online platforms, might be Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, voice calls, or anything,
Yeah.
right? But you guys are able to, you have that communication, you have that connection. He's your mentor, you're his mentee, or her, as the case may be. Now there's a let me say pair mentorship. Pair mentorship is different from group mentorship. Now when it comes to pair, it's someone or people within your age bracket. So you all have one mentor. So maybe you can be like 5 or 6 or 10, as the case may be, the same age, within the same age bracket, and you are all under one mentor. Now, this, for some people who want to maybe make new friends, meet people and all of that, people who are comfortable with, people, that works for them.
Mhm.
So you can also can be one on one. Everything can also go hand in hand with the virtual, because now during when we were in Corona period, everything was basically online. Everything can work hand in hand, but pair mentorship is a group of you guys. Now there is group mentorship. Group mentorship, it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are same age or same age brackets. It can be anybody. You can have a mentee that is maybe 18, and there's one that is maybe 30. It's
Okay.
just a group mentorship under the same mentor. Now there's a one-on-one mentor mentee relationship. Now you are his mentor. This one is mostly most of some of these churches, they often practice this one-on-one mentee mentor relationship. So everybody knows that, okay, this is my mentor and I'm her mentee. So that works mostly for many people, because they feel they have to have a sort of maybe connection or bonding with somebody for them to, be able to freely express themselves at any point. And now a mentor mentee relationship is actually one of a kind, because there are certain things involved. For you to actually make up your mind and say, I want a mentor, you have to be sure that this particular niche is what you want to be involved in or be involved with. You have to be committed, because everything irrespective of the fact that maybe you put it in your mind and everything, you have to be committed, because commitment makes everything comes to life. You cannot say you want this but you're not committed to that purpose. It's not going to work. So you have to be committed, irrespective of the fact that your mentor is there. You have to be committed to your goal, to your purpose, and also to your mentor too. So a mentor basically is a checkpoint for you for your life
For your
goals.
growth.
Basically, let me put it that way: a checkpoint for your life goals. It's actually necessary to have a mentor. It's actually necessary to have a mentor, because that person will be there to guide you, to guard you, to advise you, to listen to you, and to help you make things easy. Most of them are paid, but there are some of them that are actually free. There are some mentorship programs online. There are some that are even physical, but I don't know of any in Owerri at this point. I'm open to learn of one. So yes, that is that about that.
Azichike, would you like to add to what you said?
When she was talking about mentorship being free and being paid and all that, I was thinking about it. Something that a mentor should have is confidentiality,
Mm.
especially if you're in a one-on-one mentor-mentee relationship. It's confidentiality. There are things your mentee shares with you, there are mistakes your mentee makes, that you see people go out and say, ah, my what is to call these people that are learning work in Igbo? Nworum. So that's it. Made this
Igba boy. Igba
made
boy.
this one boy made this mistake, and they mock that person. They that where nobody likes being made fun of. Nobody likes being jeered at. Okay, so confidentiality is a primary value a mentor should have. Secondly, when you're teaching your mentee or your apprentice, you don't raise your voice. You don't.
Mm.
Nobody, I don't believe anybody in this world learns when they are being shouted at. Because why? How? What is supposed to enter my head? First of all, I'm going to be scared. Secondly, my brain is, I want to get it right, but you're shouting. I might be shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So no, that your tone, the way you pass on your messages should be impeccable. It should be conducive for your mentee to learn. Okay, it should be a very, very conducive environment. So that I'm talking about values a mentor should have, and a mentee should be loyal. A mentee should be trustworthy. You hear mentors say their mentee stole from them. Maybe all these people that learn mechanics or hairdressing or makeup. You hear this person stole from me, or this person is still stealing my money, or this person. Your mentor will want to teach you if you have these traits or this character, or you display some very, very weird characters. Do you understand? Lying, things like stealing, things like being unloyal.
Hmm.
Nobody likes it. So these are character traits that should be in both a mentor and a mentee. Confidentiality, conducive environment and manner of teaching, loyalty, and there should be some kind of connection. I feel like even those that are in those virtual mentor mentee relationships, some of them might not ever see who their mentee is or their mentor is. Do you understand? But it's a level of trust. There has to be a level of trust for you to say some certain things to your mentor. There has to be a level of trust. Okay, so like in every type of or any method of mentor mentee relationship, there has to be like a connection. There's this thing they do. I don't know if it's done in Nigeria, shall. It's people that suffer. There's people that have addiction problems. They have this group
Yeah,
therapy.
Yeah, okay,
groups,
therapy,
yeah.
This group therapy they do. Now, whatever is said in that room stays in that room. It doesn't leave that room. I'm talking about group mentorship now. Whatever is talked about in your group should not leave your group, and then you go tell your friends and say, hey, this person is in my group mentorship. She did this, he did. It's wrong. Do you understand? There should be confidentiality, there should be trust, there should be that feeling of oneness in your it's supposed to be a safe haven for whoever is a mentee there. So these are values and virtues I think a mentor and mentee should have.
Okay, I feel that for the group mentorship thing, like where it's well structured, there should be an NDA. Most times there are NDA, that's non-disclosure agreements. So
Agreements.
when you fall, short of that pact, you go in for it definitely. Also, another thing with basically this group mentor mentee relationship is comparisons. That is something that kills someone's spirit like crazy. Imagine your mentor is comparing you to this person. Can you not see how Ozichukwu is doing this? Why can't you do this the way Ozichukwu is doing? You find out that that person just, the person just becomes like a shadow. It's like, why? The
You
person feels,
comparing me,
yes,
yeah.
incompetent,
And
and
subconsciously
if
starts hating
exactly
Ozichukwu.
exactly that kind of thing, it builds one kind of hate
Yes.
amongst that group. So that's one thing that you actually should be very conscious about in a group mentor mentee setting, and that kind of. So I just wanted to point that out.
All right. We have a message on WhatsApp. This one says, I know a lot of us will blame Papa Destiny 1,000 times, but I beg to differ. Mama Destiny takes all the blame for me. A little away from mentorship, Mama Destiny, who from the play was this sensitive to her son's academic and general needs, wasn't smart enough to marry a better man. There's need for humans to consider their offsprings when choosing partners. Mama Destiny married a lousy village man who is more interested on the position and not the grades, in results and not the process. He must have performed very poor during his days. This is from Ishubo Akbara from Lagos.
Wahala.
Because from this message, Papa Destiny has collected countless numbers of stray bullets. Good morning. Your name and location. Before you tell us about the drama, your name and location. I think we lost that connection, but do well to call us back. So, Ozichukwu, somebody is blaming Mama
Destiny.
for making the wrong choice while choosing a partner
partner.
and not considering
That
her
message.
offspring.
That message was wonderful. The
Because
person
I didn't see
started
it
with,
coming, actually.
I didn't see anything. Every
It
line,
was just like bad both.
every line you were in, I was getting more shocked. I was
I
like,
didn't
who's
see it
this?
coming, honestly.
The best. Okay.
Sorry. Hi, good morning.
Nobody should blame anybody. Like, our idea of today, during this day, many of them are going to sorry, that because of the material things and other things, you understand? Then the issue of the mechanics you are talking about. Yeah.
09092229922 or 09122677989. The WhatsApp line is 0806 9992999. Ozichukwu, you were saying something.
Yes, I was talking about our message. The person who sent the message. Thank you very much for being a part of the conversation. Are we taking the call?
That's the call. Good morning.
So the person who sent the message started with saying he or she will not fully blame
Papa
Papa
Destiny.
Destiny. That Mama Destiny married a
A
stupid village
village.
man.
A lousy village
Wow.
man.
Okay.
A lousy village man who obviously his education was not top notch. And then he's coming, okay, so first of all, I don't there are people who enter marriage and you ask them, why did you marry this person? Did you not see the signs in the beginning? And they're like, no. He or she was an amazing person. They were loving, they were kind, they were everything you want in a partner. And they married this person. Now the
Sorry to cut you short. Good morning. All right, want to call us back? I think this particular line is not clear, but all the same, try the other line 090-922-29922. Go ahead, Uzichukwu.
Thank you. So the person said Papa Destiny was not fully to blame. Mama Destiny should have chosen her partner better. And the person also said people should also think of their offsprings when getting married or choosing partners.
Sorry. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
All right.
Yes,
Okay, Goretti.
yes, I believe there should be a difference between mentorship
And
and
discipleship.
discipleship. Now, from the word disciple is someone who follows a leader,
Follows, yes.
right? A discipleship should be the act of following, but I don't believe discipleship and mentorship has anything to do with each other. I'm looking at discipleship from the maybe religious or Christian angle. Let's say discipleship is the Christian version of mentee.
Mentee.
Yes,
Yes,
that
exactly.
would be the way I would answer that question.
Okay, I hope this answers your question. Promise. Good morning. Uzichukwu, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, mentorship and discipleship, I minus the biblical sense, I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like there's not really anything different. But disciple, yes, follows. But mentor also follows. She said something about having two sets of people in your life. One who is already at a point you want to be, and one who is on the same path with you. That's a disciple. A disciple follows a mentor to a certain point. And I believe that those two people in your life changes as you grow. Because you
True.
can get to a point where that person, your mentor is already there. You've gotten to that point. You cannot stay there. You're not stagnant. You move and find the next two sets of people to move with. Going back to the message, I feel like yes, you should also think about your offspring in who you're marrying. I've heard people say countless times, in as much as this person will be your husband or your wife, they will be your children's parents. Think about that aspect. I always tell people, watch how your partner treats the people around them,
True.
their immediate family, their mom, their dad, their siblings. Watch how they behave towards those people. It will show you how they behave towards you.
So let me say something on that message. Now, everybody is not born with the wherewithal or the knowledge required for certain parts or aspects in life. We learn as we grow.
True.
We garner certain knowledge as we grow. So every day is a continual learning and relearning process. You cannot say, yes, this man is a village. He might be a village man, even though from the play, it was not a village man cannot be speaking some of the words that Papa Destiny was
Destiny, yeah.
speaking. So, but even if it were to be a village man, let's put it, they will get married to people. But that's why training, you can re-educate that person. It is a key. It's something that is key. You can re-educate that person. We learn to relearn every day, every day. So you shouldn't say, okay, because of this. No. You can say, oh, Papa Destiny, can't you look at this from
The
this
other
angle?
way, yeah.
Don't like totally, shut him down, because it will be actually more difficult for him to learn or pick whatever knowledge or sense you want to pass. But say, why can't you look at it from this angle? What if we do this? Now, see this person that did this, see how it went. I actually wanted, from that play, I wanted to see a part where they now told us what happened to Papa Destiny when Destiny won the award.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to
Because it
know
was like fast forward to
exactly
the future.
the future.
Good morning. Go ahead, Goretti.
Yeah, so because nobody's a one man island.
Yeah,
So
I also want to say something.
Alright.
As much as we learn, we unlearn. If you're not willing to unlearn certain things, there's no way you will learn new ones.
Exactly.
Like there are people who grew up with the idea of gender roles in the family, gender roles in a home. Do you understand? A man has the roles to pay the bills, a woman has the roles to keep the home clean, do school runs, and the rest of them. If you don't unlearn that mentality, you cannot learn that a marriage is a 50-50 partnership.
Sure.
And a man can choose to stay home and a woman can choose to fend for the family. So as much as we learn, we should learn to unlearn, to do away with certain things, because it's primary, it's key. If you don't unlearn there are things I know that if I will not have unlearned, my mind will not be where it is today. So in as much as we learn, we should try to unlearn too. We should learn to unlearn. It's a full process.
Ozichukwu is telling us to learn to unlearn. She's speaking as if she's a marriage counselor, but all the same. Thank you very much, Ozichukwu and Goretti. Thank you for making this program indeed interesting and insightful. It's always good to have you guys around.
Always good to see you.
And thank you for calling in and sending your messages. The program bounces back on Christmas Eve, December 24th. Same time, same station. I believe Ozichukwu will come in here with rice, chicken, drinks, and every other thing that makes Christmas memorable. So Merry Christmas to you in advance. It's just 1 week to Christmas, all the same. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And I'm not telling you, Ozichukwu, I'm telling people
Didi,
you're telling me, right?
Didi, have a nice day.
Didi, how about
Where I come from? Took about the journey, I had to go. Hey, man, I sweat this through. They been up believing the boy. They been don't give up on the boy. They been not turn up for the boy. They been not pull up for the boy. On the outside.
No be say na me do pass, but I no carry last. Gracie cover me, you know I don't
We are
carry last.
men. The middle way. On the outside.